Well, naturally, it's a disappointment there because this provides access to policing, and closing the gap between policing and public is a constant concern to me. But the reality is we have significant savings to find, and the public, generally speaking, are not using the inquiry offices day to day, and so it makes good sense for us to look at savings in this area.
You'll understand, of course, that public reaction to this news may be slightly negative, but as the public's representative, it's your job, I suppose, to make them understand just how much detailed work has gone into this, how much analysis has gone into it, and you, as the public's representative, have had to be satisfied by that.
Yes, that's absolutely right. Initially, I was concerned about this measure, and then I've spent many hours with the police looking at the reality of the public's use of inquiry offices, and the evidence is such that, as a general statement, these inquiry offices are hardly being used other than in the big urban centres, and the reaction to that in terms of the package that the police have come up with recognises where the offices are being used in the big centres, and also provides strong evidence as to where the public are really not using these offices. So my role is to act on the public's behalf and to try and reassure the public. What I've asked the Chief Constable to do is to look at a package. We're not just talking about closures here. We're looking at, in times where we've got to save more money, and we are up for that because we've got to take our fair share of public savings. But I've asked the Chief Constable to come up with a package that looks in every area where there is a proposal to close a front office, and look at where there are compensatory measures for the public and the public to be able to contact the police face to face when they need to.
You've been very strong in your insistence on that, and of course, looking to the future now, you will be monitoring that progress and making sure that these packages are instigated and are working well, and the public become convinced that this is serving them well.
Yes, yes, absolutely. The public should hold me to account. They do that all the time, and I should hold the Chief Constable to account. Chief Constable has agreed that in every area where there is an office, he will work with local people there to look at, for example, having PCSOs in the library at certain days of the week so the public know where they can contact their police. But that, of course, is only one strand of contacting the police. There is sound evidence that whereas we must always provide for those who don't have internet access, the majority of the public are happy to use the telephone, to use the internet, to deal online with issues with the police. That is the evidence that we have in front of us. And so the police will react positively to that and reinforce some of those mechanisms, and particularly the alternative number to 999, the non-emergency number. We're going to look at improving the service. There will also be boxes on the walls of the police stations. So I would rather not go through with this measure, but to protect the things we care about, which is the number of police officers in Devon and Cornwall, to protect the neighbourhood nature of policing and the contact with the public. As part of the economic conditions in this country, we have to take our fair share, and the degree of that fair share is another matter, because we're working very hard with the government to agree what that fair share is. But we have £12 million to find over the next 4 years, and this is one small contribution to that amongst a number of others.